Here in Civil 3D 2019, we'll start off by telling a little bit about this project. This particular project has been approved by the governing authority and is now ready for construction staking by a surveyor. This particular site, there were several revisions to the grading, and the actual entrance to the site moved several times. So we know where the entrance actually sits, and we know that the grading was changed, and we know that what we have approved is good to go. But the problem is we have two drawings that are named the same thing. The dates are the same on the drawings, and we need to be sure that we get the surveyor the correct drawing. The other problem is maybe the person that generated these drawings is either sick or no longer with the company, and the person inside of the company that is tasked with getting the surveyor the correct information is now kind of struggling to figure out which drawing they need to send. So again, we know that this entrance is closer to the property line, and we know that the grading had changed, and we want to be sure that even if we do find or we have the right drawing that has the entrance moved, we want to be sure that the grading has updated also. We know that the existing contours had changed also because we got updated information from the surveyor in the past. So there's several things that we need to check off the list so that we know that things are correct and that the construction staking will be correct. So inside of Civil 3D 2019, there's a new feature that's called Drawing Compare. And it's actually an AutoCAD function. And what we can do is we can actually compare the two drawings, and it will show us where they are different. So in order to do that, we would go up to the Collaborate tab in the ribbon, and we would select Drawing Compare. In this Drawing Compare dialog, we can change the color of the drawings whenever it generates a new drawing with the two drawings in question overlaid. We could have one drawing green, we could have one drawing red. You can change these colors just by selecting the color there and changing it to whatever color you'd like. Now I'm going to go out and select my other drawing I want to compare. So in this particular instance, I have two drawings. One is called Site Example 1 and Site Example 2. I have Site Example 1 open, and I want to compare Site Example 2 to that drawing. We think that Site Example 1 is the correct drawing, but we want to overlay them to be sure. So I'm going to go ahead and select Site Example 2, and I'll hit Open, and then I'll just hit Compare. What it's going to do is it's going to open up a brand new drawing, and it's going to have the two drawings overlaid, and they're going to be the colors that we told it to be in that last dialog box. So Site Example 1 will be green, and Site Example 2 will be red. So here in the ribbon, we can change the draw order. So if we select draw order here, it brings up above the red or Site Example 2. We can also change the color here also for drawing 1 and drawing 2, which drawing 1 is Site Example 1 and drawing 2 is Site Example 2. So we could change the color if we don't like it once it comes in. So we could change it to cyan, and things would be cyan. I'll go back to green here. The color that is common to both. So if we zoom back a little bit, we can see that our existing contours have changed. So what's in red is for Site Example 2, so that we know that is that drawing's existing ground contours. We can see inside the project here that we've got green contours, and that's from our Site Example 1 drawing. Now again, I said that we have a color that's common to both. If entities inside the drawing are common to both drawings, then you'll see them in that gray color. That's the color we have it set to. So we can see what's in both drawings, what's common to both drawings, and then we can see the changes between the two drawings. We also have a drawing information selection that gives us the information about each drawing, tells us the name, the date it was saved, the path it's in, so on and so forth. And we can bring that information into the drawing. If I select Insert into Drawing, I can stick that information out here in a table. So another thing that we can look at is this revision cloud. So if I zoom back, you can see this revision cloud around the outside. Now I can change the margin, make it bigger, and it'll kind of widen out the revision cloud. But if I change it to polygonal, then it will narrow down around what has changed. So inside of Site Example 1, we've got some notes that are out here that are not necessarily in Site Example 2. So they're going to show up with a revision cloud, and you're going to see, because we have Civil 3D entities, meaning the surface for existing ground for actually in each drawing, one represented by green, one represented by red, it gives you a revision cloud around all of that. All right, so if we look at this drawing now, we can see here in the compared drawings, we can see that our example 2, our site example 2 drawing is red, and you can see where the entrance is moved further from the west property line. So we can see in green, which is our site example 1 drawing, that the entrance is slid closer to the west. So we know that this is the entrance that is correct. Now, we also can check and see, because we know that the grading had changed, we can also check and see what's changed in the grading. So we can see the proposed contours here in green, and we can see the proposed contours in red. So we can see that the grading has been updated from the site example 2 drawing. So we know now that the site example 2 drawing is our older drawing, and we can safely say that we can send out site example 1 drawing to our surveyor for construction staking. Once we are done with the comparison and we've decided which drawing is the correct one, then we can go up and save, and it will actually save out our drawing, and we have record of our drawing comparison.